Well, depending on how you look at it, tomorrow is the big day or the bad day. The biggest phone companies want to turn on 5G towers near airports. Seth Kaplan tells us why airlines say that won't fly.
The scientists are trying to figure this out. The engineers are trying to figure this out, and they will.
But for now, it's airlines against cell phone companies, with travelers and cell phone users caught in the middle.
We all probably want 5G service. We can't live without our phones.
Even Harrisburg International Airport spokesman Scott Miller. The problem? Airlines worry the fast 5G phone service being rolled out by AT&T and Verizon could interfere with cockpit equipment when new 5G cell towers are near airports. Nonsense, say phone companies. AT&T tells us it's frustrated by the FAA's inability to do what nearly 40 countries have done, which is to safely deploy 5G technology without disrupting aviation services. They use France as an example, but the FAA says that's nonsense because cell towers there aren't as close to airports, aren't as powerful, and are angled down, not out.
This 5G issue is complicated.
It's a telecommunication and travel issue across America, but especially at certain airports, including Harrisburg International.
We have been listed as one of the 50 airports in an exclusive or a buffer zone.
The 50 airports on this list from the FAA.
You got big airports on this list. Chicago, Los Angeles, Dallas, Philadelphia are all on this list.
And right there, Harrisburg International.
It's the safest form of transportation out there statistically. So that's not going to change.
But could keeping it that way mean either slower cell phone service around airports or less reliable flights? The issue is during bad weather. An airline pilot I spoke with, who asked not to be identified, said 5G precautions could force pilots to land at an airport different from their destinations. Now, bad weather diversions happen all the time, like this week at HIA.
There was snow and ice and sleet at the time. So you're getting it for landing, they diverted elsewhere because for safety reasons.
In that case, to Philadelphia and Hartford. The pilot I spoke with explained pilots landing at Harrisburg have to be able to see the runway when they're 200 feet off the ground. Otherwise, they can't land. And 5G precautions could make them decide to divert long before they get to that point. T-Mobile uses different phone frequencies that aren't affected. AT&T and Verizon say the FAA should have figured this out long ago, but agreed to again delay turning on some 5G towers near some airports. They wouldn't tell us if HIA is one of them. At HIA, Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.